What's up, everybody? My name's Chris Marshall with my boy Frank G. We are the hosts of Build Your Empire podcast. Frank G, tell the people what we do.
What's going on, everybody? Chris and I, we discuss established empires while showcasing us building ours.
Check us out on every Monday and Thursday. We have awesome shows for you. Leave a comment, give us feedback. We appreciate you. Frank G, would you say you're a dreamer?
Yeah, I could dream. Certainly could dream big.
So before I guess we talk metaphorically, do you dream literally? Do you have like actual dreams? Are you hitting that REM sleep?
Well, if you hit REM sleep, does that automatically mean you're going to remember your dream? Because I don't
necessarily know. In fact, I think when you're in a dream state, I think it's like as you're hitting REM sleep.
Yeah, because I certainly can't remember a dream I've had probably in the last 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So you do dream. You have had dreams.
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
I think we all dream.
Obviously. Thanks, scientists over here.
Well, you asked me the question, fucking guy.
Yeah, but I don't think. I think majority of the people actually don't dream, or at least could remember it, and then a smaller fraction of that can identify where their dreams are stemming from, or even more crazy, have a lucid dream.
I typically can pinpoint where my dreams stem from. I never lucid dream though.
I could always pretty much pinpoint where my dreams come from, as opposed to lucid dreams. I probably can do that a few times a year. You can practice that. That is wild.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to practice lucid dreaming once, and I gave up after one try. So sit there and like almost meditate completely still for like 20 minutes. I just was like, it's not working.
Yeah, I was actually reading or listening to some interesting stuff about that. That if you can figure that out, that business and industry would boom.
As in, like having an office and having people come in there and like teach them the lucid dream.
Yeah, but just imagine you having the ability to kind of control your surroundings and reality. That, of course, isn't reality; it's dream life. But yeah, that would be. I mean, essentially, if you're poor, you can dream rich and feel that, and then have a perception of both ideologies.
Yeah, well, if in like that sense, you're kind of going into something kind of like the Matrix. Would you like to live in a lie that's fantastic, or would you like to live in reality?
I don't know, but I'm sure future and technology eventually will have this uncovered. Metaphorically, are you a dreamer? I mean, are you a visionary? Do you have visions? Do you have goals? Do you how far out? Are they close? Are they far? Are they realistic? Do you set time frames?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I set goals for sure. Obviously, more goals that you can obtain, I guess, in a year's time span. I mean, 5-10 year goals. There's obviously a house, a family. What you want your security income to like, your bank account to look like. Yeah, so of course.
I mean, that just seems like the American dream. Everything you named. I mean, anything specific. I mean, like a music artist knows they want to be a music artist. They don't stop until they want to be a music artist. An actor don't stop until he's in Hollywood, living in LA. Right?
Well, I think something that I think about often that I just want to either have done or known for or remembered for is somehow like I don't know the right word. It's probably not spiritually, but like I guess mentally touching somebody to, like motivate and just like, I guess someone you would look up to. I'm just trying to do good and feel good.
So yeah, I mean that's what we're about. It's pretty much the platform that we're building, a platform in which I've been building for quite some time. And over the weekend, it's very interesting how I kind of had like a little Instagram war And I
Hmm.
had a bunch of people coming at me with like hatred. And I kept having the ability to change the energy and flipping them to see my perspective and kind of call them out on their anger and sit there and say that's why you're losing, and if you're kind, better things come around. Instead of sitting there cursing me out, you can network with me who's actually responding to you.
So right off the bat, there was like hostility. There was no.
Of course, that because I got into a little beef with a music artist,
Hmm.
and he reposted it, and all his fans came at me. Now, with that being said, his fans don't understand what I was exposing or what I was saying. They just immediately had their man's back.
I guess that's a good thing and a bad thing. It could keep you
It's
blinded to like reality.
it's kind of a bad thing
Yeah,
because
but
one,
at least you got people rocking with you. But obviously, you want them rocking with you for the right reason.
oh yeah, they're rocking with the artist. They
Yeah,
weren't rocking with me.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I would, I guess, love to have my people act like that if need be. But also I would want my people to have a little bit of an understanding of the full situation before they have any input or opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I would think a lot of established or people who are trying to establish themselves probably would want that, just because that could cause nonsense, drama.
Yeah. So me and the music artist actually spoke. Cool dude. Cool dude. He was
I
like, yo, what?
I guess I'd have to speak to him because sometimes, I mean, obviously you shouldn't be judging books by its cover, um, but I mean, I know who you're talking about, and I never got into him.
I
I,
never got into him at all. In fact, I never really listened to his music. Um, but you can't deny if somebody is made a job by himself, self-employed,
mhm.
and his profession is his art, and he's making an income off it, you have to respect that no matter what.
So he's not like signed to a label.
I don't know what his deal is, but I'm pretty
Mm.
sure if our boy is meeting up with him in Germany, I'm sure he's making money if he's doing festivals in Germany.
Yeah, like, that's true. He's traveling, I guess.
Yeah, like he kind of made it. He kind of made it.
As like probably at the moment a B list though, right? I mean, I've never
Probably a D list.
D list. I guess I was being nice.
Yeah, I mean that's how I got his attention.
He may have got more credit when our boy socked him in the face for talking shit.
Yeah, which is hilarious because now all his fans are coming at me and they don't know the situation, not knowing that the same person they're a fan of
Mm.
never respond to them, yet I'm responding to them.
Did you like get that out of the fans? Like, did they admit that?
Well, yeah, well, some of them were sending me death threats. I mean, some of them were like real crazy, but I had one of them reach out to me today just cursing me out.
Still?
And yeah, yeah. So now I made it a mission to convert him into uh, someone to apologize, which is exactly what I did.
So
And
you made him apologize.
yeah, yeah. And he was like, I'm sorry. He was like, to be honest, I just smoked a blunt and I was bored. He's like, I was bored and I just wanted to talk shit. And I'm like, that same energy, though, is what I believe is making you sad internally. And that is the projection that is coming back around. And instead of you networking with me, who maybe could help elevate you in some aspect,
Yep.
you're just pushing everyone away.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy if taking the time and energy out to like say something negative, especially admitting that you're bored, dude, go do something way better and more productive. Like
Yes.
you're
Now,
getting nothing positive.
I actually have an issue. Well, I always consider myself a realist. And if I say something negative, as positive as I am,
Mm.
people will always have something to say if you're speaking real facts that tends to fall negatively. I can't hit quota because of XYZ. Oh, that's not the spirit. Well, you're right, but I also know the landscape.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to be yeah,
Realistic.
so you have to be realistic, but also, yeah, so obviously, so they think you're not being positive, but yet you're just being realistic. I mean, that's totally different. I could
Yes.
see.
So at the end of the day, I'm just it was very funny to see, but it's sad to see how you can very easily read people's digital behavior to what I think correlates mentally.
Well, that's because their digital behavior is behavior. That's what it is nowadays, 2020. I mean, you didn't see Guap Dad, whatever said his name. I guess you haven't
Yeah, it
seen
don't matter. You could drop Guap Dad's name. Shout
you.
out Guap Dad. Hey, I thought maybe he'd come on the show. Let's hash it out.
Shout out Guap Dad. I mean, you didn't know him, and you spoke via digitally. So yeah, I mean, everyone's persona now is digitally. So whether you are authentic with it or you're not, I mean, when you're not authentic, you're clearly going to see this. You're going to see people coming at you for. I mean, you're making shit up.
Which is so interesting how you can get people's attention if you built your own brand or portfolio or name. People listen, and that was certainly fun to see.
Yeah, and also anyone who watches, anyone who is also is like an entrepreneur and they see you're starting something like this, they tend to reach out. Whether they either hit you with a positive comment like "keep going, I see you," or they want to do business. It when people see you moving, they're just very
That's exactly what
interested.
it is. It's a vessel to create opportunities.
Yeah, so I guess where we live, there's this service called Richmond Eats. They reached out to me saying your podcast is awesome. We'd love to talk and see if we can collaborate. I don't. This just happened, so I didn't really answer yet. But I don't know who this is, and the person reached out.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
It's
a restaurant.
it seems like it's so when I hit their Instagram, it's a food everywhere. So it seems like a delivery service. So like maybe like a food eats kind of thing.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
So this whole conversation is now leading to this conversation, which I'm about to bring up. So when we started Build Your Empire, I had a couple of names. You kind of settled for Build Your Empire. That was the name that just, I guess, fit.
Mm-hmm.
So
I did like one other name, but yeah, this was the name
what was the other name?
I personally, and I know it conflicted because this is a self brand. I like Road to Legacy.
Oh, I like Road to Legacy too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It just
In
sounded
fact,
nice.
I'm mad because Ankit said you should have made it Build Your Legacy. Makes sense too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for anyone who's listening, it now becomes extremely difficult to do that since all our content's embedded under, I guess, this name and the RSS feed. It's all entangled. Um, it would just be kind of inconvenient to change it. But so we always competed with another Build Your Empire.
Yeah.
Kind
Another
of.
podcast that was created.
Yeah. Now, this is a huge media and news outlet that has various mediums, uh, over 1 million followers, a network of highly successful entrepreneurs. In fact, ironically, I was following this kid last week, 20 years old, private jet, meeting the owner of the Houston Rockets. He's doing these huge networking events. I was like in awe. I'm like, this kid's 20. How's he doing this? Must have money from his parent, whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yesterday, I'm just thinking, over the weekend, I got in contact with this D-list celebrity, had all his fans reach out to me. I wonder if I can get in contact with this Build Your Empire. And I wrote a post saying, reach out to me. I sent you an email. Let's collab or partner up or do something. And this guy, highly successful old dude, reached out to me. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in charge here. What do you got in mind? Now, I didn't really. I have a few things in mind, but nothing in mind to negotiate in a clear,
Yeah.
decisive way, right?
Yes.
Because this is where now it gets very difficult because we're in such a fetal stage and we have to scale. If we don't scale or brand, uh, in the next 6 months, it's going to be a pain in the ass. And if he has distribution centers to scale us with back end content creators and graphic designers, then that could help us greatly. Now, what we would offer him or the company as a value prop is the fact that he tried to create a Build Your Empire podcast with that 20-year-old entrepreneur. Ironically, he was the one hosting it, and
Yeah,
he had special guests.
yeah, I've seen him. He was with Jay Shetty, a few people. Yeah, yeah.
Crazy. He just turned 20. Now, this, I didn't even know that he was like essentially our competitor in a way. Had no clue. But they haven't done a show in about a year. So what we would be offering is the fact that we have a packaged product,
Mm-hmm.
we have a themed show, and we have consistency. But what that means is we would have to operate under most likely their logo,
Yeah, that's what I was
and
gonna say.
they would use our content in which who keeps ownership of the content and IP. So in a year, if we want to separate, what like are we our own bosses, or are we now working with the company? What's going on there? That is like the dilemma in which I can't figure out or decide what route I want to go down.
Well, essentially, like those two girls who got hired by Barstool.
Call your daddy.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes, but it's a little. It's yes, but it's a little different because
Well, there's already something. Yeah, they already. So Build Your Empire, not us, the people that you were just speaking on, already have a business. They have a company.
correct. So, but just like Barstool, they may have the internal resources that can help us scale
Oh yeah,
at a rate that economically would make sense.
I would imagine so because I mean I've looked at their podcast and they have I forget how many episodes it is, but yeah, they've
They
gotten
have like
viewers.
18, yeah,
They have viewers. So yeah,
but it gets dicey because now you don't have full ownership and you have to abide by a partner.
yeah. I was gonna say you're partnering up at this point, so that's why like I guess legalities come into it. Where I mean, you obviously need to be careful. You don't want to ever put yourself in a position where you can't break free without a penalty.
Well, yeah, that figures you figure that stuff out, but it's before you even get to that point. It's do you want to sell yourself already?
Yeah, yeah. That's
And I don't know what to do because if if somebody can provide me those two things,
yeah.
then essentially what I'm selling is us.
Yeah, absolutely. So when this comes to my mind, what I think of is so what is it? It's July. So we're about 7 months into the
7 months in,
podcast,
episode 61.
episode 61. People who sell themselves, I would assume you do that potentially at episode 800.
500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with being at that episode, I would assume you have way more leverage at that point.
The fact this is even a discussion just goes to show you how fucking intricate or how business savvy. I don't even know how you'd call it, but just how like I can maneuver into positions.
Yeah, I mean, a lot. That's why when you have like say music artists, they're going to have a manager, then they're going to have them creating content. You have the business guy, you have the creative guy, you have so I mean it's a good mindset to be able to
But
unlock it.
but I have been looking for a graphic designer slash video editor, somebody that can produce content semi at scale for months now. And it either is going to cost a fortune or they can't get your vision or you can't articulate it to them correctly.
Yeah, and also, I obviously we have we have people, our peers that we hang out with, and I've always brought that up, but you just can't. It seems like you just can't pull the trigger on with a friend.
No, because that would be dangerous. Because
Yeah, yeah,
the biggest issue is time, right?
yeah.
So
Schedule.
yeah, so me and you, we're salespeople. So we operate on quotas, which is you have to sell X amount per month. But when you do these type of projects or paperwork or accounting, the projects have due dates.
Yeah.
So if you tell your boy, hey, I need this done by next Thursday, and it's
Hmm.
Wednesday night and he hasn't even started, and you're gonna know that. Like you're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Now you're mixing personal and business because now it's go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's why you just can't do it, because if you have a good friendship with this person and it's just too hard. Business is business. So like, yeah, you fuck up and you don't get me something and my deadline is in 3 hours, you're fired.
You're fired, and I hate to say it, I'm probably gonna make you feel like shit. And you're gonna, it's nothing personal. If I
It's
mean,
business.
it's it's straight business. I'll
Yeah.
catch you in a couple of hours. We'll take a shot
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Just don't
Yeah.
get mad at me when I tell the whole party that you suck at delivering due dates.
And
Don't you
now,
can't
yeah,
get yeah,
at
and that's
least,
gonna start a problem too.
at least now this person has hopefully learned. Hopefully.
I don't even know who you're talking to, but it's funny because I hope they did learn because you could be a part of something special. We're trying to make deals here already on 61 episodes in.
Yeah, man. That's because we're consistent and we believe in something.
Yeah, bro, your boy's getting beef with Guap Dad. He's talking to build your empire, millionaire entrepreneurs. He's out here, he's getting, he's
I didn't
kissing
know that
puppies
guy
on the
was
forehead.
20. I didn't know that guy was 20 from that podcast.
Well, that's the host. And that's the craziest thing is this girl who I think is super cute, who I sent you a photo of, kept like shouting him out. And I'm just like, huh, who is this girl? Who is this guy? And then I realized that they're like part of the entrepreneur bubble. So like there's a bubble where all these really rich, I don't know how this community exists. I don't know if they're like just from really, really rich families or if they really just are those type of
Self-made.
people. Yeah, but to be self-made means these kids put on a book bag, got on a flight, got onto a networking in Minnesota, networked, then got on a flight, went to Austin, networked,
Mm-hmm.
then they went to San Diego and they saw their friends and they're like, let's start a company. And like that's how it starts. But I don't know if it's like that or if you have millionaire parents.
Yeah, well, I guess in that sense, you just have to network with this company to figure that out.
Well, yeah, they would give us. I mean, if ideally it was to work out, they would give us huge leverage.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's gonna come to a point where I don't. It's like, all right, well, see you guys, and it's like, where you going? Oh shit.
Well, at that point, whoever has the most leverage is probably going to win.
I don't know, man. Tricky, and that's where we reside currently.
Well, the great thing, so the good opportunity here is that so this company clearly saw that podcasting itself is a new thing, a thing that needs to be touched upon and needs to be done in most companies that have a brand, and they weren't able to do it. It's something that we're consistent with, and
Boom, boom.
clearly, yeah,
So you see how I weaseled my way in there with a great value prop.
yeah,
Now I have them. And podcasting, there's not much money in podcasting. You make about $20 per 1,000 views.
yeah,
Now that's not bad if you have 100,000 views. All right,
yes.
per episode, you're actually making a decent amount of money. But for us to get 5,000 views, probably is going to take us 2 years.
Yeah, to build the audience, you're saying,
Correct.
without I guess
With
partnering with anyone.
yes.
Yeah.
Um, But then again, I mean, me and you could go out on a random Saturday, create a viral video, and it could potentially hit and work, and you got 5,000 listeners. But
I mean, yeah, there's many things we could do that we haven't done. We could go. I mean, right now we can't go to a bar, but we
we
could just
haven't
go
done
out.
shit.
We could just go out and talk to 5 people and get maybe one to listen. Then talk to another 5 people, get one to listen, even if it's a
Oh
half.
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. We haven't even gone out to do word of mouth because we're inside.
Yeah, we out here in it.
Yeah. With that being said, I'm about to be out here, at least on this party, because I mean our time's almost up.
Our time is up for this Monday episode. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll check you in a few days.
Peace.